This is the plaintiff, Tess Peterson. She says she owns a beauty salon and rented a pedicure booth to the defendant for 1 year. The very night before the girl was supposed to start, she flaked out, changed her mind, and is now trying to get out of their agreement. The defendant is crazy if she thinks she can pull this kind of thing over on her, and that's why she's suing for the $3,600 she's owed, as per their deal. This is the defendant, Brianna Whiteman. She says she interviewed with the plaintiff's sister, who told her there were only nail technician booth rental jobs available and no commission jobs. She reluctantly agreed to rent a booth, but the next day found out they were also advertising for the very commission jobs they claimed were unavailable. Besides, there were 6 nail technicians and only 4 stations, and her agreement was for full-time. Bottom line, they misled her, and she should not have to pay them any money. She's accused of changing her mind.
Okay, Sugar House Blush Salon, Hair Studio, and Spa, represented here by Tess Peterson. You're the owner?
Correct.
Okay, you are suing Brianna Whiteman?
Yeah.
Okay, for $3,600 in rent that you say she owes you for 12 months pursuant to documents that you say you had her sign.
Correct.
Okay, let's hear from you. What's going on?
I started a new salon about 8 months ago.
Where?
In Utah, Salt Lake City, Utah. And I was advertising to bring in new staff. Brianna came to us as a result of that advertising.
How long had you been open at that point?
We had been open for approximately 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah. And so she came in, toured, talked to us, interviewed, and decided to go forward with that.
Okay.
She signed the contract in November.
All right.
And then a few days after signing that, told us that she had just changed her mind.
Okay.
And that she was
now, you were going to hire her to do what?
Nail technician, so mostly pedicures.
Okay, but were you going to have, what kind of arrangement were you going to have with her?
She was going to be able to do nails as well as pedicures, and she was going to be paying $300 per month to rent a space from us.
Regardless of how much business she had?
Yes, but we had agreed that we would be building a clientele, in which we were, and that we would be giving her new clients, and we had set it up prior to her start date. Was
there any agreement on how many new clients you'd be providing versus she had to get on her own, or not really?
No, not really.
That's sort of amorphous, I guess.
Yes.
But as I understand, there's sort of 2 ways to do this. One of them is, well, I guess there's 3 ways. One of them is she's your pure employee, she gets a salary. Another way is she gets commissions, and that's how she gets paid. You get a part of everything she brings in, she gets a part of everything she brings in.
Correct.
And the third way, which might work really well for you if you've got a good client base, is I pay her for the seat. I pay her $300, whether I've got clients or not, I pay her $300 for the seat, and then I take everything that I take, right? Okay. You end up making an agreement with her for the third option. Do you have that in writing?
I do.
May I see it? Is that correct, that you're going to pay for space?
Yeah, how it was originally when I went in to apply for the job, the ad on Craigslist was actually for commission or booth rent.
Okay.
And I wanted to do commission.
Okay.
But then when I went in, she wanted to switch everyone over to booth rent.
Okay.
And so I would be getting walk-ins and she'd be focusing on helping me.
Is this the original? No, right? Where's the original?
The courts actually have it in Utah.
Yeah, but I need it, because I'm the court. As we all know, I'm the one who's going to decide this. I don't want to decide it based on a copy, because I know we're going to have a contest about this in a second.
Okay.
Who sits down and negotiates this contract with her?
My sister did.
Come on up. Okay, resemblance is uncanny. Okay. Just 2 different hairstyles, that's all. How close in years are you?
5 years.
Okay. So talk to me and tell me what discussions you have with her.
Basically, she just came in and did the paperwork with me.
Okay.
She had some other auditions and some things going on that day, so I came in after she had decided that she wanted to be a booth renter and signed the papers with her.
Did you ever discuss with her, like, how long she was going to be renting a booth? Because in here, did you see this?
I saw that when I went to go get a copy of the contract, which
Why did you sign something without taking a copy of the contract?
And I learned my mistake from
that.
that.
Never. How old are you?
I'm 20.
Okay. Never, ever, 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 ever.
Sign something without getting a copy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't sign something and say, oh, somebody give me a copy. No. There's 2 copies in front of you. You sign one, they sign one, you take it away. right?
Oh, yeah.
And if there's no
Totally
copy
learned my
machine,
lesson.
then there's no signature.
Yeah.
Then everybody needs to get up and go to Staples or whatever else, but it needs to be done right.
Yeah.
Because you're signing a contract. Now, according to you, this start month December 2010,
Yeah.
end month December 2011, was that on the contract that you signed?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Well, what was then?
The $300 that is where it's scribbled out that says rent is per month. The $300 was written there, and that was it.
300 as per our December incentive for a total of 12 months. See, this is another reason why I like looking at originals, because oftentimes I can tell the difference in the ink. I can tell the difference in the, there's things that you can tell as a judge when you're trying to sniff this out. Because we have a problem, and the problem is this. There's a bunch of handwriting that has only one person's initials on it. Whose initials are those?
Mine.
Okay. So if there's a bunch of handwriting and there are initials there, why aren't her initials on there too?
Because I wasn't there.
When it was written.
Exactly.
That's what she's saying. What are you saying?
Just in my contracts in real estate, when I would always initial everything.
Right. Why?
To know that I was agreeing with it.
Because it's in.
Because I'm changing it.
Because it's in handwriting,
Yeah.
right? And you don't want a court of law to later say, well, that was. Or you don't want a witness to later say that was added in.
Right.
You don't want a court of law to find it was added in.
Correct.
So that's why you initial anything that's in handwriting, which would then behoove you to get her initials on it for exactly what's happening here, which is that she's claiming that there was no start and end date.
So is this plaintiff out of luck by not getting this contract initialed?
Absolutely out of luck.
Why is initialing it so important?
Because she could have added that start and end date whenever she wanted to.
Fair point. What do you think?
I agree with that completely. They could have changed the contract at any time with that initial.
Compelling arguments going inside the courtroom.
If there's no start and end date, what is your agreement in writing with them that you'll do what? Not show up when you want?
Pretty much from what I read of it, it was just me agreeing to the rules of their salon, just like their common rules of like no drinking alcohol or all of that.
Okay, well,
Pretty much.
And that you'll pay them $300 a month, but then
Yeah.
you can just quit anytime you want.
That's what I figured, yeah.
By the way, why did you decide I don't want to go through with this?
Because I had seen an ad on Craigslist for another commission person, which was really weird to me because she had told me, because originally I wanted commission, and she told me she wasn't hiring one. So it just threw me off, and it kind of made me really sick to my stomach because it just seemed like a bad situation.
Why? Because you felt that's why, though? Why?
Well, I just kind of felt like maybe
they're not going to give you business?
Yeah.
All right.
And may I add
Yeah, yeah.
something? The Craigslist ad that she was looking at was an old post, and it just goes down with time. It's something we hadn't removed, but weren't getting calls because it wasn't a fresh post any longer.
Right.
So.
Okay, but here's how I see it. Do you have any? By the way, you wouldn't happen to have on you any of the other booth contracts, do you?
I do not have any with me, and what she is stating is correct. I do have other booth renters who have full clienteles that I do not give business to.
Okay.
But when we
Do those have start and end dates like a lease?
Yes, they do.
Okay, but you don't have them here to show them to me, right?
No, I
Okay. Is it
thought we were
typical
only
to have
dealing
start
with
and
Brianna.
end dates like a lease and a booth rental?
Yes, because they give a 30-day notice prior to leaving, typically.
Okay, but if they give a 30-day notice prior to leaving, then why are you suing for $3,600?
Because we're actually still looking for, and we still have 2 booth rent stations available.
Why would you still have it available?
Well, because after she told us she was not going to be coming on, we did bring in people in a frantic mess because we had
so
just sold.
you were able to fill it in.
Well, and then it was such a disaster because they came in so quick.
How soon did they come in December?
They came in January.
Okay.
No, I apologize. They came in December.
In December,
and
yeah,
they were
'cause you had a
gone.
bunch of
They were
business.
gone by January
Right,
because it was overwhelming.
Okay, there are 2 problems in your case, and let me explain to you what they are. Number one, we've already gone over, which is there's a bunch of handwriting on the contract that only has one signature on it. She says that wasn't there and it was added in afterwards. And her initials aren't on there, only your sister's initials are there. That's problem number one. Problem number 2, though, just came from your mouth a second ago, which is she would be able to get out of it with 30 days notice, which would mean that under no circumstances, whether you had a problem or didn't have a problem filling it in, would you ever then be entitled to more than 30 days notice, which means that you would only, at best in this lawsuit, be entitled to $300. But like any other landlord, because that's your theory, okay, like any other landlord, If, in fact, you have a duty to mitigate your damages and try to stop the hemorrhaging, and if you do, and you get somebody in there in December, then you've mitigated your damages, and there are no damages because somebody did come in December. And if it turns out that December person didn't work, then it didn't work. But a landlord, let's say that you're renting, and a landlord says, I'm out because I don't like the tenant I brought in after them, and so now I really want to enforce something else. You can't do that, okay? So I find that you have not been able to prove your case, and I find in favor of the defendant in this case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So the plaintiffs come out of the courtroom with nothing. What's your thought coming out here? Step forward a little bit. Yeah.
Well, you know, we're on a learning curve ourselves, and so some things we did learn today about how we need to deal with our contracts, and that's okay. We've started
Like you have to get the other person's initials on there when you make any kind of changes in writing?
Signatures.
Well, we just need to bring the original documents to prove that it wasn't on there. Yes,
you mad at your sister for not
before.
getting the defendant's initials on that change there?
You know, it's I put her in a position, and it's my own issue.
That's
I
nice.
asked her to do me a favor, and so I probably should have helped her out a little bit more. But
How are things going at the salon now?
we're picking up, and she would probably enjoy being there.
Okay. All right. Good luck with everything. Right around the corner there. Okay. All right. So come on in here. You win your case for a couple of reasons. What's your feeling coming out?
It's great. I'm just happy that it's all over with, and so hopefully they'll learn their lesson.
It seems like they did. Did you learn anything?
Yeah, always get a copy of anything you
There
sign.
you go. Okay, very good. And so what did you do afterwards? Where are you working on the
No,
nails?
No, I'm just I'm working on going to school right now and just trying to get out of that. So
They say you missed an opportunity to work there. You feel like you missed one?
not really.
Harvey?
Okay, it's not only important to initial every add-on, it's important really to initial every single page to tighten things up. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.